Continuous effort, not strength or intelligence, is the key to unlocking our potential. Winston Churchill. My friends, each and every day, continuous effort, 10 to 15 minutes, that's all we ask. Let's jump into these charts. How do we end the week? Well, we ended the week on the S&P 500 with it going up again. We had a down day yesterday, and then, of course, we see a recovery today. And I think it will be flexing back and forth. But what's really important is where things ended the week. We ended right there on the trend line. We did not breach it on either the 2-day, the half-day, and of course the weekly. We still have a strong downtrend. We were up 1.78% for the day. But again, we continue to have this overall push down. Why? Well, we can see we're starting on the week beginning February the 21st. That was after the Martin Luther King holiday. The market topped and it slid along for the following 4 weeks, topping out 3 more times, and then started rolling over on that week beginning the 24th of February. And has really been nothing but red candles all the way down. We've had some flat spots where it popped up a little bit there in mid-March to the end of March. And then, of course, the real rocking over on if we look at the 2-day, we can really see it there. We can really see it on the half-day. On Thursday, the 3rd of April, where things really started rocketing down all the way until Monday afternoon, where things popped up. Then we saw things down on Tuesday, and then we saw things starting to move up on Thursday and Friday. So again, we'll keep an eye on things. I think I might have said at the beginning just a couple minutes ago that things moved up yesterday. Well, we can see where we've had that exuberance when Trump said that the tariffs were put on a 90-day hold, and then of course we had that 10+% day on the S&P. I think it was 12+% on the NASDAQ 100. And then we've not cleared that trend line. In fact, the teaching today for the next couple of sessions is on trend lines and how important they are. We haven't breached that. Will we breach it next week? We could. Where does that leave us, though? Well, overall, we are still bearish. Yes, we are still bearish on the S&P and the NASDAQ. Doesn't mean we always will be. We've now gone to 70% bearish probability of continued down movement, almost $13 over the next 5+ days, 75% backtest accuracy. If you're a little sheepish jumping into that with all of the craziness, I absolutely understand that. Remember, first rule of trading, don't lose money. Second rule of trading, don't lose money. Third rule of trading, make money. It is conserving your capital, not doing stupid things at the wrong time. We did see the S&P go up today, 1.78%. Let's see if things hold where they are now, and if they do indeed start moving over. We have not gotten in at all during these times. Why? Because it didn't give us the signal. What's the signal? Well, for entering a short trade, you want to enter where you've got a 195-minute red down candle at the close. You don't jump in when things are green as they have been. So we'll continue to keep an eye on things and see where they go. Now, let's move on to the NASDAQ 100. It was up just under 2% at 1.84%. You can see a green candle forming, but again, it, at the end of the day, on the half-day chart, did breach that weekly trend line. 2 days stayed below it. First day of the latest 2-day candle, you can see it's okay on the volume, significantly less than those prior 3 2-day candles. Let's just check that on. Yes, same thing on the S&P. So keep your eye on things. Where are we at this point? Well, we've got a 65% bearish. We're 65% bearish on the Qs, and we're looking at about a $13 move over the next 5+ days, 70% back test accuracy. Moving on from stocks into bonds. Bonds had up about a little over 0.5% for the day. We've got this red spinning top with all sorts of volatility you can see there. You can see we have the 3 two-day candles, or really 2.5 because it's the first day of the latest 2-day candle. So 5 days of down movement. You can see where things recovered just at the end of the day after plunging down in the morning. So there was a bit of a recovery in bonds. Where are we? Where does that end us up at the end of the week? We're still bearish, but again, only 60%. You know, that's a little more than a coin toss. $2, 75% move, 65% back test accuracy. That doesn't excite me. Now, we told you where we were most bullish, and that is going to gold. Told you yesterday we're 70% bullish, 72% back test accuracy. What do we see gold do today? It moved up 1.91%. Green spinning top. We'd like to see the stair steps that we've seen over those prior 4 weeks after gold had bumped up, slid sideways, 2 dojis. That was a week beginning 24th of February, 3rd of March. And then the prior 4 weeks moving up. This week we did have some volatility in gold. You can see it with that wick on the bottom. Now the 2-day chart moving up nicely. Already almost up to average volume on just day 1 of the latest 2-day candle, and you can see where gold has just smacked up since Wednesday, starting in the morning, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So we are still bullish on gold, 80%. We've got an 85% back test accuracy, so we are still positive and bullish on gold. Lastly, we'll take a look at Bitcoin. It rebounded today. We saw where it weakened on Thursday afternoon, but then popped up on Friday, 5.38%. Where are we after the move today? We're still bearish, 70%. We still have all that weight pushing Bitcoin down. We didn't penetrate a weak trend line. You can see not much of a trend line there. But even that move didn't penetrate it on the half day or the 2-day. So we'll continue to keep our eye on gold as we move into, on Bitcoin, as we move into this next week. I'm waiting for Bitcoin to bottom and to give us a nice green candle on that weekly chart and a clean move up so we can jump back in and ride it. That has not happened yet. That is where we are as we end the week. It's been an interesting one, has it not? Crazy one. Hopefully things will settle out. Let us get a little bit more comfortable as to where things are going to move over the next few weeks. I'm hoping that'll happen. God bless, my friends. All the best from Charting Wealth.